Right, so this is the day test there. This is usually given to 5th years, okay, but you haven't done practical day tests in a while, so we'll just get you into this. Probably take us around 2 weeks to do it, alright? This is it finished, okay, so it's all made out of the same wood, which is obviously not the way it's done in the real thing. You'd have different thickness pieces of wood and all that. So I have this sheet marked out, which is grand for you. When I say marked out, is I have it labelled all here and all here over here. Okay, so that's what you do first of all. You would label each piece, and you would put your face side and face edge mark on it. Now, the face side and face edge mark is particularly helpful when you're doing day tests because it shows you which side your dovetail should be, which side the top of the dovetail should be, where the shoulders should be. So that's why you always keep it the exact same as you're drawing. Okay. Now, if you look over at the person on the day test, if you look over at the person beside you, and he has something different, it doesn't mean you're wrong, and it doesn't mean he's wrong. Okay. You just have to have all these pieces. When I give you out the pieces, you have to label them A and put the face side, face edge the exact same way. Then you can mark it. Okay, that's really important. We'll come across it then eventually. Yeah, so I have all the pieces cut to length. Okay, actually no, I have 10 mil waist on each, 20 mil waist on each of them. All right, so you're going to have to mark in the waist and all that. That's the first thing you can do, and then yeah, you can work off that. Okay, so let's have a look at the different types of joints here. And we can see here. That's a dovetail joint, okay? You have a bridle joint here, we have a mortise and tenon here, then we have some sort of a halving joint there, okay? This is very basic now, lads, okay? So there is no ordinary level in the day test, okay? But this is a nice, easy way to get into it, okay? Yeah. What we do then is we'd start on, I like to start on the easiest one, the easiest piece of wood, okay, so in my D would be the easiest one, this one over here, okay, so I'll be giving you out D, and we'll mark that one up, then we're going to go on to B, then we'll do C and whatever, okay, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. Right, so when we look at our wood, this wood is 220 millimeters long. Alright, so if we look at D here, we find it over here, there's our measurement, 200. Okay, as I said, I put around 20 mil waste on each one. Okay, they do that in the real one. You have to take off maybe 5 mil, 10 mil waste. It all depends on the piece of wood and how long they give it to you. Yeah, so I'm going to mark in my waist. I'll do that really quick. Might as well show how to use a tri-square. I know you're 6 years or 5th years, whatever, but the way I like to use a tri-square is to hold like a gun, turn aside like a gangster, and then you put down on your piece like that. Handy to remember, especially when you're in 1st year or whatever. I rather drawn on the outside as well. Inside can get a bit awkward when you're in there like that. Just going to mark in my waist. Right, so when I'm doing my waist, it's nice to sort of do a crisscross like that. It doesn't get you any marks, but it's like sort of making your bed after you wake up. It puts you in the right frame of mind in the exam. And it is a high stress environment in one of these exams. When I'm marking my waist as well, I don't like to go near the pen, the line like this. So I would have done it there. You see I went near the line there. But I like to keep it like that, so if I do need to cut that side, I can cut that side. If I do need to see something that side, I can see something that side, alright? So, I'm going back to D here again. Okay, so I'm marking in this D one here, alright? So, I should have 200 left on my ruler, and I do. Yeah. So I'm going to, as always, I probably should have started with my face side, face edge as well. So, I'll do that now, okay? So, we'll put D here. And I'll put my face side and face edge here as well. So that means anything that's the right of this face side, face edge is going to be to the right here. Anything to the left of it is going to be to the left over here. So that's how our face side, face edge works. So If you do graphics, or you did graphics in the past, or if you do DCG, or you don't do DCG, you will have an advantage. But this is basically an orthographic projection. So we'd have our end view here, we'd have our front elevation here, so we can see it here, and then we have our plan over here. So all it is in the plan is just that little bit there. But these are all vital measurements. Okay, you won't pick all your measurements. You'll never pick all your measurements off of one elevation. You have to go in between the three to try and get it. So understanding this is vital. Okay, understanding how it works. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to start by doing the top bit here. So as you can see, my side face edge is here. I'm going to start by doing this top bit. It will be to the left hand side of our side face edge. So it'll be the left hand side here. So I'm coming down 22. With these rulers as well, it's good that the 0 is at the very edge of them. Okay, not many people might know this, but the 0 is at the very edge of them. So it is good if you just put the ruler flush with the very edge. That'll give you a good chance of getting it accurate. 22. As you can see why it's very important to get a sharp pencil. Down 22. Let me drain that line. I'm going to bring that around with me. Try square. And I'm going to go in 22 as well. That's over here. Okay, so it's always nice when you're done something like that, you put it back with your side face edge facing you towards you like that, the way the two are facing towards me. Not like, say, you don't want to do it like that. Always face it back to you like that, just so that you're doing it right. Marking our waist like that, and then we're going to do the next part. So we'll be starting this halving joint here. Now we have to try and find the measurement from here to here. Okay, so it isn't over here and it isn't here, but I do see a measurement here. Okay, so you sort of have to look around the drawing to try and find the measurement, and it will always be on the drawing. The amount of times a student would have come to me and said, "Geez, that measurement isn't on this drawing." It is there somewhere. You just have to have a bit of ingenuity and smartness about you to try and find it. They do like to try and catch you out. So I'm coming down 50 mil. Right square. Nothing great. So I'm going to mark the next bit. So the thickness of my piece of wood is 20 mil, so I'm just going to put a line that's 20 mil there. Same thing again. I like to roll the pencil lines towards me, not away from me like that. I like to roll them towards me just so I can see them from back here. You know, if we were rolling this way, you'd sort of have to look the other side or whatever. But that's the way I like it. Halfway again, so 22 mil again. Thicknesses of our piece of wood is 44 mil, so 22 is halfway. Right that in there. There we go. On the other side. Revert back to the way you want to look at it in your paper, and then you can just put it in your waist like that. So, done. I'm going to do the bit at the bottom now. Alright, so I'll go back to the drawing. We're going over here. You can see this here. It's It technically isn't the edge because it will be this one, but it's probably going to be around that as well. Your 10 in here. Alright, so coming in 12 at the bottom. And measuring in 20. Thickness of over a piece of wood. Right, try first. Rolling towards me. And then I'm measuring my lines again here. So 12 here. Measure my waist here, waist here, and I'll finish off the other side. There you have it. Now when you cut off these waists, you won't have your lines up here on the top, so it would be good to, when you come off, marking those lines then again. And that's part D.